Be like a child and have the faith of a child. That is what a lot of these ancient teachers teaches us to do when it comes to faith and believing in the unseen. And I want to share with you something very fun and easy for all of you to do. And you can do this starting right now. It'll also help you change your story just about your life, the world, and you as a manifestor, and everything all in one. And I'm going to share and walk you through what it means, because it's something that I've actually been doing, and I do it throughout the day, and I see amazing results just by doing this. And it really gives you this baseline of who you are without effort. So if you're struggling, just stick with me, and you're going to really enjoy this tip. All right. So before we get started, welcome to The Rosey Life. My name is Rose. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing and liking my videos and subscribing to the channel and sharing information with others. I appreciate it. That's how you get the word out, is by sharing is caring. And if you're interested in working one-on-one with me, you can go to TheRoseyLife.com. There's different options on how you can do that. Or if you'd like to join the Rosey Life community and course, I would love to have you. That is a good place if you're tired of doing techniques and watching videos and just not seeing results and you're just feeling tired and drained. That is a good place for you to get your foundation, have a supportive community that you interact with and talk to and ask questions. And you meet with me once a week for a Wednesday live, where I dive deep into the topics that level you up, not keep you stuck in repeating the same stuff that you've been trying maybe for months, years, or weeks, however, okay? So you can go to TheRoseyLife.com for all that information. And if you're interested in joining me with one of the Rosey Life retreats coming up, you can just email me directly at rose@roseylife.com, and I'll send you all the details and what that looks like and what's going to happen at the retreat. And really, it's going to be a reunion between you and a reunion with me and other like-minded individuals that are going to be there as well. So it's going to be amazing, and I'm so excited to see you and meet you in person. Okay, so you hear a lot of this, like scriptures in the Bible Jesus says, be like a little child, right? And have that faith of a child. You hear other teachers that is have fun, to be light, Joseph Murphy says, to have a light touch when it comes to manifesting, right? That it's just a passing little thought that comes in. These are all very fun and childlike behaviors and state of beings or attitudes or whatever you want to call it. And sometimes it can get kind of serious, right? When we study law of assumption or different topics or different books or different teachers, like all of them have amazing things, and we have these wonderful revelations and wonderful downloads about who we are. And it can start kind of feeling a little like spiritual, like holy, and like kind of solemn, and almost kind of starts feeling like you're back in church at some times, where you're feeling more serious about things, about your thoughts and about the mind and all of these things that you're learning about reprogramming the mind. It feels like work, right? But yet we're being told to feel like a child and act like a child. And so I want to bring in more playfulness in through this video, and I'm personally bringing more playfulness to myself, because I could study and read and learn and meditate like for hours a day, and I love it and it feels amazing. However, what I want also is to feel the fun and the lightness of who we are, that joy, because who we are is joy and love and peace. It's not serious. It's not supposed to be serious. And even though your circumstances might look serious, right, you still want to remember that who you are is playful and joyful and love. And your higher self actually loves playing with you and loves showing you funny things. If you follow me on Instagram, the other day I posted a manifestation about some fuzzy socks with some kitty cats on them, and so I bought these socks a couple years ago, and they are really looking ragged. So a couple weeks ago, I went to the store where I bought the other ones, the original ones, and they didn't have them. They have some new version without any little animal faces on them. And I'm like, well, I kind of like the animal faces on them because when I'm sitting down, I like to move my toes. And do you see, I'm looking for things that make me feel good, and that's what I'm drawn to, and I allow myself to do these things. However, they didn't have them, but I went to another store to buy gifts for Christmas for someone else, and there behold was a pair of fuzzy socks with cute little faces on them at the ends with whiskers and all. And of course I bought them, and then I realized that those were for me. Those were like my higher self playing with me. It's like, hey, I didn't forget your kitty socks, by the way, Rose. There they are, right? So no desire is too small or no desire is too big. All of your desires are equally important to your higher self. I am doesn't see any desire as more important or a necessity versus a want. It doesn't say, oh, well, you need this, so I'm going to give that to her first. No. Do you see? It gives you everything equally. And that is how you want to begin to see everything you desire is equally important to your higher self. There are no hierarchies. There's no level of importance with your higher self. You make the level of importance. You make something more difficult or more needing, or because it's health, or because it's money, or because a deadline's coming up, or whatever. You're the one setting those limits and boundaries on what is more important and what you need versus what you want. And therefore you're taking away the playfulness of this and the joy in this. Okay, it doesn't mean that what you have or what you need in your moment in your life right now is not important. It doesn't matter. That's not what I'm saying. It's saying stop making one thing more important than the other in your life. Your kitty socks are just as important as you paying your rent. That's what I'm trying to say. Start seeing everything as your higher self wants you to have everything and sees everything as important because it only wants the best for you. So if you see that, of course, everything is provided for me, everything is equally important to my higher self, I don't have to put more emphasis on this desire. I don't have to repeat this affirmation for that thing more because it's more important to me. Now you're putting so much importance on it that you're actually keeping it away. So to kind of step back from that whole serious thing, I want to share with you, if you've seen the Lego movie Everything is Awesome that came out years ago. I love kid movies, all of them. I love Marvel movies. I love animation movies. I love cartoony movies. I love all those movies. And I noticed that one of the reasons why I like them is because I always feel good when I watch them. I always laugh and I see the magic coming out, right? The childlike magic and whimsical thinking and feeling and all of those things come out of all of those, which is why I love fairy tales. And I've made videos in the past about different fairy tale stories and how I use them and kind of walk through them to see the power in them. And the Lego movie created a song, Everything is Awesome. If you haven't heard it, I actually have it in my music playlist on this YouTube channel. So you can just kind of scroll through and pick it up there and listen to it. So I want to walk you through some of the lyrics. And what I've been personally doing is I've been singing this song to myself because I have the premise of the song, the basic chorus of the song already memorized, and it's stuck in my head. It's on auto loop. This is a story that I am choosing to have about my life, about the world that I live in. So this is a story that I purposely choose every single day, and it's playing on repeat. You know when you hear a song and you can't get it out of your head, whether it's you like it or you don't like it, it just kind of keeps on playing in there. And when you hear it again, you're like, oh God, I heard the song again, right? Well, this is one of those songs that you might want to think about putting in your mind because it's catchy, it's fun, it's light, it feels good, it's not serious, it's not even about power or feeling powerful. Really, that also feels sometimes a little too serious. This is fun and childlike. So here are some of the lyrics, and I wrote them down for you guys, okay? So it says, the song starts saying, everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. When you're living out a dream. Everything is better when we stick together. Let's party forever. And then later in the song it says, stepped in mud and got new brown shoes. Okay, so let's go through this song a little bit, okay? So everything is awesome when everything is cool when you're part of a team. Well, what does the team imply? The team is you and your I am, okay? The team is you and your I am. It's not just you. It's not like everything's awesome for me, and I am alone or independent. I'm separate from everything and everyone. No, it's saying that everything's awesome when you're part of a team. When you're part of a team, not when you're alone and you're doing everything alone. It's saying everything is awesome when you're part of a team. Well, the team is you and your I am, your higher self. Right? You can think of the higher self and then you're over here manifesting technique, using techniques and everything, and you feel like you're alone because you forgot that you're part of a team. You're not here your job is just to focus and choose on what you want. But your team member, your higher self, is the one that actually does all the work, all the logistics on how it's brought to you. That's being in a team. If you're not doing that, then you're trying to do this alone and feels frustrated and lonely and anxious and solo. The team is, your higher self is doing the work and you step aside and allow God to work through you, right? There's that verse that says, I do nothing. My Father does everything through me. Okay, so then we have living the dream. Okay, what I wrote down living is I'm choosing, right? I am making choices about what I want to see in this world. The dream is a 3D because it is. This world is a dream. When you look behind it, beyond it, you see that it is an illusion because it's just you making choices about what is happening in this dream. So living is active, it's present, it's not lived. It's not going to live. It's living, meaning you're living. You are choosing what you want to see in this dream. So living the dream. And you are in charge. I am does the work, like I said. So you are living the dream. You're living it by choosing it. You're choosing what you want to see in the 3D, but you're part of a team, right? More lyrics up here. It says everything is better when we stick together. So when you're sticking together with your I am, everything is better because you're not alone. You're never alone. You always have your team member that does their work, right? You do your side of the job and I am does its side of the job. Your job is to choose to focus and remain on the topic that you want, and if doubts and fears come up, you know that those aren't real, feelings and thoughts aren't real, and you say, no, I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye to you. I don't need you anymore because now I know my job is to focus on what I want. And the more that I do that and let the other thoughts go away, the other stories, right? Then I am is taking care of all the logistics, right? So you got to keep up your end of this while I am is doing its job. But when you allow the doubts and the fears to come in, then I am is still doing its job, but now it's focusing on the fears and the doubts that you are working on. So your job to help out here as a team member is to focus on what you want. Okay, so it's like, let's party forever. It's eternal. The party lasts forever. It's not just in this life. It's not just today. It's not just whatever you're manifesting, but the party is forever because you are an eternal being. You are divine. This party is never going to end. We are in an eternal party. When you awaken and you realize, you remember who you are, right? You know that you are in a party that lasts forever. This party that you are in is forever, right? And stepped in mud, got new brown shoes. And it also says, lost my job. And it says, it's happy. I get to spend more time with community. And then it says, stepped in mud and I have new brown shoes. So in the song, it's saying all these, seeming negative things that happened to me brought out this wonderful thing for me. So it even helps you change your perspective, right? It's like, oh, I stepped in mud. You can go off complaining and get mad and make everybody feel uncomfortable uncomfortable in your household, or like walk down the street feeling like everybody's staring at you and you're just so angry and now you're gonna go throw them away or clean them. Or you can just say, oh my God, cool, I have new brown shoes. Will you actually do that? I don't know. But the symbology behind those lyrics is what it's trying to show you, that stop seeing things in a way that holds yourself down. Stop seeing circumstances in a way that does not feed you, that does not help you keep focus. When you see something opposite or something negative in your life, say, oh, well, that just means something good's going to happen from this thing, because everything that I see is good. God sees everything as good, so I'm going to go ahead and see everything as good too. That's me being a team member for I Am, allowing my I Am to bring in my desires easily. Do you see? So I just wanted to have fun with this song because it is Everything is Awesome, right? And I encourage you to go listen to this song. Get it stuck on loop in your head if you want to. If you don't have to. Maybe there's another song that is fun and childlike for you. It doesn't matter. There's so many wonderful, beautiful songs. This is just one that has been actually an auto loop in my head for years. And the funny thing is when I went through a down point in my life where I was feeling depressed and I was feeling sad, that song wasn't not in my mind. That, in fact, no song like that came to my memory, right? And when I changed within, when I made the decision to choose and move from a state of feeling victimized and sad in those things, all of these new songs, all these memories, all these wonderful lyrics came back into my mind very easily. And you'll notice that it's very contagious. Like, people around me are like, why are you singing that song? And I'm like, because I love it, because everything is awesome. And it's funny, I went to a yoga class, and as soon as I walked in, a girl says, oh, help, to another person, says, how are you? And she says, living the dream. And so it's so cute to see how it's just constantly being reflected back to me in a very fun, childish way. And it's very contagious, right? People want to be around you. They want to know what you're drinking, what you're thinking, what you're doing, why you feel that way. And that is how you want to walk around through life, knowing that everything is awesome. Even when things look like they're bad, they're not. You declare them as good, right? You are a part of a team. You are not alone. You're doing this with your higher self, and you have to trust that your higher self does its job, and you are doing your job by focus and dropping all those doubts and fears and letting go of all the past, all right? Okay, my loves, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking the video and subscribing to my channel. And I can't wait to see you guys in the comments. See you soon. Bye.